Stu Cowan with Dave Stubbs here in the Canadiens coaches press conference room after the Canadiens made it 9 wins in a row, Dave, with a 5-3 win over the Toronto Maple Leafs. We were here last Tuesday night talking about the possibility of this maybe happening, and here we are.
We're wasting our time, Stu. We just need to recycle this and just sort of keep throwing a new number on top of it. I've even given up using 8-0, 9-0. Tonight I said it was Rocket Richard-no, and the Canadiens out in Vancouver will go for Guy Lafleur-no. So they keep finding ways to get it done, and tonight was a very interesting way that they had to get it done.
Well, that's right. Tuesday night they can tie the record, the NHL record, for 10 straight wins to start the season, but they're the first team to ever win 9 games in a row, all in regulation time. That's 18 points in the bank. Yeah. That's a lot of points. It took 97 points last year to make the playoffs, so the Canadiens would have to play just a little bit over 500 the rest of the way.
And you know what? These are points that you just really want to have in the bank at the end of the season, right? I mean, because you know this team is going to hit a couple skids. They're going to lose some games. They're going to be a couple of little mini slumps maybe. So these points that you get now, I mean, are absolutely precious. And as you say, the fact these are regulation wins, these points aren't being split among other teams. So
That's
these
right.
are huge.
That's right.
These are huge.
And tonight was a bit of a slump. I mean, they were outshot 52-27 by the Toronto Maple Leafs of all teams.
Yeah.
But but even Carey looked a little off early in the first period. He had about 5 or 6 goalposts. I think he has them trained better than those dogs that ran away on him last year. But so. You know, they're outplayed, but they just seem, you know, good teams find the way to win.
Yeah, you know what? Price tonight was the first Canadiens goalie in the last 25 years to face 49 or more shots in regulation on Montreal ice. I don't even know who it was. You want to go back 25 years? It's crazy the way they're getting stuff done. You're right, 9-0. This is a record now in the National Hockey League for teams opening a season, winning games in regulation time. Now, the Buffalo Sabres and the Toronto Maple Leafs both are 10-0. Yeah, and the two of them, right?
They didn't win the Stanley Cup.
That's right. But I mean, the Sabres had 3 overtime wins in their 10 straight, and the Maple Leafs had 1 overtime win. So, I mean, you know, the thing of it is now is that this team is they're finding ways to get it done. And Dale Weiss talked to that tonight. He said, look, the second game of a back-to-back is always going to be harder. He said the Buffalo Sabres don't get the credit that they deserve. They're a fast-skating team. He said they had to work very hard.
He said they skated them hard, right? Their legs are a little tired.
Absolutely.
Tonight, yeah.
So, and the Maple Leafs were sitting here overnight just waiting for the Habs to show up. So the Canadiens really had to work to earn their 2 points tonight.
Yeah, well, I worked my calculator a little bit tonight, and I figured out that Mike Babcock's 8-year, $50 million contract pays him $76,219 per game.
Sounds like your salary.
Yeah, I wish I wouldn't be sitting here with you.
That's right.
But I mean, he's going to earn every money. I mean, tonight, I mean, I think he was frustrated. He didn't have the goaltending. His captain, Dion Phaneuf, took a boneheaded penalty at the end of the second period.
Yeah.
Dale Weiss hit him on what seemed like a clean check.
Yeah.
And Phaneuf cross-checked him, hacked him, punched him, and Dale Weiss showed great restraint, not retaliating.
He did. You know what? And we said that is what they have to do. He said, I knew that he was trying to goad me into a penalty. I said, were you being chirped at all by Phaneuf? He said, yes, sort of nothing I can really repeat publicly, but he said, at least it wasn't kind of like the Milan Lucic death threat. So, you know what? The Canadiens, they got under the Leafs' skin tonight in that regard. Dion Phaneuf, that is not captaincy leadership. No. I mean, when your team is down by 2 goals late in the period and you take a very, very selfish penalty, that's all that was. I'm sure Phaneuf knows it, and I would guarantee you that Mike Babcock would have reminded him of that.
I asked Babcock after the game in his post-game press conference what his thoughts were, and he just said he can't take it. And then I waited for more, and he didn't say anything more. And I said, well, did you speak to him between periods? And he said, that'll stay between us. Yeah, exactly. But it's too bad Mike Babcock can't play goalie because it was a rough night for Jonathan Bernier.
It was. I mean, Bernier just didn't look like he was there. And, I mean, there were a couple goals that just were very, very soft. And you need that goalie to come up and make a big save for you, especially given the fact that this is the Canadiens. It was a nationally televised game. I mean, all of the little bells and whistles that you talk about. But, I mean, Bernier just did not have the goods tonight. So, yeah, the Canadiens were quite fortunate to be able to capitalize it. To me, the most impressive stat that Carey Price had tonight was 63. And 63 would be the number of seconds that his media interview after the game lasted in front of about 35 reporters. And we literally just ran out of things to ask him. We said, like, we can't talk to you about the winning streak anymore. And we were waiting for him to say, the guys keep all the pucks to the outside like he always does. And we were going to call BS on him on that. But we never got a chance to even ask that. So, you know what I mean? Now they go west, and we said it's a tough challenge out there. I mean, you're changing time zones. But he said they're going to be doing it the right way because they're going out a day early. The Canadiens will get a chance to practice on Monday in Vancouver. So he said we'll have no excuses. We'll at least be reasonably rested, be a wee bit over the time zones, and then ready to go and see what they can do 3 games out west.
You know, Brandon Pruss will be fired up for that game Tuesday night in Vancouver.
You know it.
And then Connor McDavid on Thursday night in Edmonton. Yeah. Another interesting stat I noticed is Dion Phaneuf is making $7 million a year through 2019-20. He's going to be be hard to trade. He's making $500,000 a year more than Carey Price.
Who's going to take him? That's the thing, Stu. Like, who is going to take this guy now?
It's Mike Babcock. I guess he's going to earn each of those, $76,219 per game.
I guess.
Not bad for a McGill grad, eh?
Not bad at all, yeah.
All right, that's it. We'll talk to you again soon.